Today I learned that the African Union, an organization that is meant to keep Africa united and independent, is itself not independent. And why do I say this? Well, the answer is simple. It all comes down to funding, but stay with me, I'll explain. You see, the primary source of funding for the AU is supposed to be its 55 member states, where each country pays annual dues and the amount depends on its GDP and ability to pay. However, more than 40% of countries delay or fail to pay, leaving a huge gap in the AU's budget every year. Because of these shortfalls, foreign partners end up funding a large chunk of the AU's programs, sometimes more than 60 to even 70% of the budget in certain years. Major donors to the African Union include the European Union, the United States, United Nations agencies, the World Bank, China, and bilateral donors like Germany, France, and the United Kingdom. These partners/donors often fund peacekeeping operations, elections, governance programs, and infrastructure. And speaking of infrastructure, the African Union's $200 million headquarters in Addis Ababa was built and paid for by China, and then investigators later found out that the building servers were hacked and the Union's sensitive data was being transferred to China for 5 whole years, a claim that China rejected. Now, the African Union did launch a reform plan back in 2016 to try and lower its dependence on external bodies. The plan is for every AU country to charge a 0.2% tax on all eligible goods imported from outside Africa, collect it through customs, and send that money to the AU to strengthen its financial independence. A few countries have implemented this plan, but unfortunately, not all have followed through. So you speak to me in the comments. Do you think that the African Union truly speaks for Africans if Africa is not the one paying the bills or not? Good night.